Well, first off, let's introduce our guest, Sean Morley, aka Val Venis. Hello.
Hello, James.
You just given me a ringtone there, my friend.
There we go. Heck yeah.
I've saved the Owen Hart book for last because I wrote this book to catalogue every single Owen Hart rib I could, and I was wondering if you could explain the picture. I'm going to show this to the main camera first. This picture, and I don't know if you can see that, Sean.
Let's see. Reception. Dang, I don't know. I've never seen that picture before.
Right, so my sister illustrated certain ribs that Owen Hart did, and in that one, you are in a hotel lobby, and there's a fan trying to get you to... Okay, you've got to tell the story straight off the bat, man.
All right, so this, I believe, was in St. Louis, and it was the Marriott Hotel right across the street from the airport in St. Louis. And we flew into St. Louis early in the morning. So we had an early morning flight. A lot of guys didn't have a lot of time to sleep the night before. Maybe got an hour or two. That was it. So the plan was catch the early morning flight to St. Louis, land, get our bags, get the rental car, head over to that Marriott, check in, and get a few extra hours of sleep before we get up and get to the gym, get something to eat, and then I head off to the arena ultimately, right? And so we landed in St. Louis, and in St. Louis, the Marriott always had a deal for the WWE guys, so there were really good rates on the rooms. So all the boys went to the Marriott when we were in St. Louis. And so we got the rental car, went over to the St. Louis Marriott, and when I walked in to go check in, there's already a bunch of guys standing in line to check in. The fans know that that's where we stay. And so there was a ton of fans in the lobby, and I'm waiting in line behind, a couple of the other guys to check in, and fans are coming up and they're saying, "Hey, Mr. Venis, can you sign this?" And of course, these are kids, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll sign these for you," as I'm waiting in line. Then this one cat had long, dark, stringy hair, kind of greasy looking, had a stack of Val Venis photos about that thick. And he comes up, he goes, "Hey, Val," and he's looking around, and "Would you mind signing all these for me?" And I go, "Bro, I'm not going to sign those for you. We can talk, that's some money. We can talk. I'll sign those for you, but I'm not going to sit out here and sign all those for you." And other kids are coming up, "Hey, can you sign my action figure?" And I'm signing it. And he goes, "Okay," and he walks away. And little did I know that Owen was behind me, and he had heard this. And so I continue to stay in line, and I'm signing things for kids. I finally get to the front of the line. I get checked in. I go up to my room, and I'm dead tired. Just as I'm ready to crash out, my phone rings. And I pick it up, and I'm like, "Hello." And the guy on the other side of the phone goes, "Hey, man, when you promised me that you're going to come back down and sign my pictures, you should honor that and come back down and sign my pictures." Now, the first guy that pops in my head is that guy with the long, stringy hair, kind of greasy looking guy. And I got angry. And don't you ever call my room again? It went off, and I got really mad, and I hung up the phone. And then within seconds, just as I hung up the phone and I was going back to lay back down, it rang again. And I'm like, no way he just called back that fast. And when I picked up the phone again, I went, "Hello," and it was the same guy. And he goes, "I'm a big man. You won't get by me." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I stay down there. And I slammed the phone down. I threw my clothes back on as fast as I could, tripping over myself, trying to pull my pants on. And then when I finally got all my gear back on, I didn't even wait for the elevator. I was like jumping down the flights of stairs, going back and forth to get down to the bottom floor the fastest I possibly could. And I burst through the bottom floor door, and I ran down the hallway towards the lobby. And when I ran into the lobby was completely empty. All the boys had checked in, all the fans had left, but there's a bar that was closed, and there was Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart there. And I'm in the lobby looking around for this guy with the long, greasy hair, and I went, I can't remember whether I asked Jeff or Owen, but one of those two. I looked over and said, "Hey, did you guys see a guy with long greasy hair?" And they're like, "Yeah, he just ran out that door." So I go running out the door. Now I'm out in the parking lot looking for this guy, and there's nobody. So I was like, "Damn, man!" I was so mad. So I came back into the hotel, went back upstairs, and crashed out. And I can't remember how much time expired. It was probably maybe 6 months. I'm assuming something like that. And I believe it was, we were at I think it was called a show Off the Record in Toronto, Canada, with Michael Landsberg.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it was. And Edge and I were scheduled for that show. And while we're sitting there getting ready, we're sitting in the studio in front of the camera, and we're getting ready to start this whole interview up. And he gets a text from Owen Hart, and it was something along the lines like, "Hey, okay, you can tell Val now." And this is like 6 months after the fact. And Edge leans over, he says, "Hey, remember that day in St. Louis when you wanted just to kill that guy?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, that was Owen." And I was like, right before I was going on to do this interview, I'm just like, oh. And it was infuriating right before I'm about to go live on this off the record show.
Did you ever watch that show back, and did you look for yourself like doing the Yosemite Sam, getting red with just like anger, like live on TV?
No, I think once I got into the interview, I kind of forgot about it until after the interview. As soon as they said cut, I was like, "You got to tell me exactly what he texted you." But once I was in the interview, I kind of, just kind of forgot about it. But as soon as they said cut, that's when I turned around and I was like, "Tell me what he texted you, everything."